I can't wait to see what happens when the rates come down just 1 point, because it's gonna be chaos.
It seems like it will be.
Yeah.
All the listings that are there are gonna get snatched up.
Oh, it's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Q4 is a really hard quarter to push through.
Yeah.
And I'm actually looking forward to it. And I'm like, man, what can I buy in the next 3 months that no one else is going to be buying because they're going to be looking. Well, hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the Birmingham market update version of the podcast called Cash Flow Bros. I'm Todd.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Rob.
And that was probably our longest intro ever.
Yep.
And we are so sorry. You know, it's interesting. How fast do you listen to podcasts?
1.5.
That's same. I have a buddy who can do it at 2.5 times.
That's
I don't
gibberish.
understand.
That doesn't.
I don't understand how you can like take the information in. You build up to it, I guess.
I don't think you do. I think you just tell people that you listen to X amount of podcasts every week.
Yeah.
And feel good about
And
yourself.
you just like,
There's
yeah,
no
I got
way
an
you
hour
retain
commute. No way.
anything.
I mean,
No way.
And I had another guy told me when he reads books, he reads the first page. He reads the first chapter.
Yeah.
And then the first page of every subsequent chapter. And then he just breezes through, and if he finds something interesting, he'll read that portion, and that's how he gets through like books that like have like more information on how to help you, or like fact books, obviously not like a novel.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I've never tried it myself.
I don't think I'm going to.
I don't think I'm going to.
Doesn't seem like you're learning anything.
And it doesn't seem enjoyable. It seems like you're just trying to fly through it. Like I would say find better books.
Yeah.
And better podcasts like Cash Flow Bros.
Yeah.
If you wanna listen to
If you're skipping
That
through,
plug.
you actually need to listen to our podcast at 0.5 times.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
way slower.
There's so
we're-
much.
We already talk pretty slow as it is. That would be.
There's 3 of us, so there's so much going on that like if you really want to get it all, you better cut it down to half speed.
It's true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, so we got the Birmingham market update.
Yep.
You guys have looked at the numbers, and you know, we talked about last month the kind of the insight that rates were kind of already climbing pretty aggressively by August. And so we're kind of a second month into what is the new, we'll call it the new market. I'm not going to coin the phrase. You can trademark it if you want.
Patent. Boom.
New normal.
The new normal. Yeah, like basically what's happening next. So with that said, let's talk about listings. So last month they were down 11%. Up until that point, they had been in the 20s to 25%, floating that way for 6 months. And then we hit 11%. I'm like, oh man, we have more listings. Well, what actually happened was we were just in the new market. So this month, there were 2,106, or last month of this year, 2,168. This year, we have 1,878 listings year over year. This is for September. And so that's a 13.38% negative on listings. And last month was 11. So I think we're kind of trending.
Yeah.
We're trending again to where this may be the new norm is we're about down about 10%.
On the regular. I can't wait to see what happens when the rates come down just 1 point, because it's gonna be chaos.
It seems like it will be.
Yeah.
All the listings that are there are gonna get snatched up.
Oh, it's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what'll happen. We've seen it before when you get a little pullback. All the listings.
If this is the normal amount of listings, though, I mean, golly, there's just hardly any business out there for folks, which is crazy.
It's hard to find a property for sure. So we're definitely down. And then you have rates fighting people making offers. So it's this, you know, to be honest, I have not been in real estate for 20 years. I know, hard facts.
Yeah.
But I would beg to say that we're kind of seeing some very unique market dynamics that we probably haven't seen before, and if not in a while.
Oh yeah. I mean, a rate hiking cycle like this, there's never been one. So
It's true.
it's like
Unprecedented.
unprecedented.
As I've heard a million times.
Yeah.
Unprecedented.
But you don't have pricing of houses falling because the inventory's still low.
Yeah, you really
We're
don't.
in the negatives.
That's a conundrum. That's a real conundrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So We have a listing coming up in Adamsville I'm really excited about this week, and it's a new flip. And they did a really good job on it. I'm really excited to take it to market because some of the stuff we do isn't new flips. Some of it's selling, previous rentals that were kind of rehabbed, but not fully flipped. And so it'll be a good gauge. We've been saying for a while the premium stuff flies off the shelf. I think that's going to be the case, but yeah, exactly. We're about to find
Especially
out.
in somewhere in one of the fringe areas like Adamsville.
Yeah.
I love Adamsville and Graysville, both of them. I love the location and the towns and everything about them, but that is still a fringe area. When you hear most people coming to Birmingham looking for places that are people like me or you who are, white collar working professionals, we're looking south of Birmingham.
Yeah.
The Hoovers, the Vestavias, the Homewoods, and so on and so forth down. You don't hear a lot about the northern parts like Adamsville and Graysville, maybe Gardendale, but I don't hear a lot about the other places.
Yeah. I like Adamsville too, and a lot of people do like living a little bit more remote.
Yeah.
They don't mind it.
Definitely.
And it's the same thing with Gardendale, Fultondale, Adamsville. You're going against traffic on the commutes. So it's actually, I think it's a really great place to live.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, that'll be good. I was in a mastermind last week where, like you said, the premium product is moving still very quickly. And in order to get that, in this mastermind, a flipper was saying that they are staging everything. Like
Doesn't matter.
It used
Doesn't
to be
matter the
there
price point.
Yeah, he was like, it used to be a price point cutoff, say 300,000, where
right.
above it you stage, below it you don't.
Right.
He said he's been doing everything just because you want it to sell for list price pretty quickly, and
Yeah.
in order to make sure that happens, he's staging everything.
Smart.
Yeah.
We staged it.
Oh,
And I normally wouldn't
move.
suggest that at that price.
Out there.
No, we
that
didn't
was a
go
good
full
move.
on, like
Yeah.
not every room. But the front living room has a couch,
Yep.
so
Make a big difference.
yeah, I think it's going to help. All right, so you went to a mastermind. You didn't invite me.
Yeah, or me.
That's
think
what
it
I heard the story, and I just was like,
In one ear, out the other. I didn't get invited.
I actually think I might have been
It was-
invited, and I might have turned it down. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
is this a
guess-
one-time thing, or are you like a part of that mastermind now? Or
It was
you
like
deciding.
I think it was an invitation to go check it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Secret club.
What'd you think of it?
I thought it was great. I got a lot of good info for things that I'm working on, like the townhomes.
Right.
People that are doing similar type projects and things that, you pick up like little tips, like call this person, this type of financing is available for this product. Like,
Yeah.
all those little things that you can get by just spending a day talking real estate with people that, we get a lot from talking to each other, but we talk to each other every day. Like,
Yeah.
Right. You're
Mixing
saying you're
it up
tired
with
of
other-
it.
It's different. Yeah, I totally agree. He
Mixing it up
hates
with-
us. That's all
with
there is to
other,
it.
I just keep on hearing, I wasn't invited to the mastermind, and I hate talking to you. every
I
day.
talk to him every day.
just don't
No,
learn as much
the new
from you guys.
perspective, because a lot of those people in there are flipping regularly. They're investing. I know that there's a lady in there who does multifamily investing.
Oh yeah.
That's important.
So very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that was a good experience.
Yeah. It was good.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's talk about solds. So last year in September, we had 1,801 sales. Last month in September, we had 1,314.
Goodness
So that is
gracious.
a negative 27% in sales, comparatively to negative 26%, actually almost 27%. So pretty much no change in the sales. So we're still negative, but we're not whiplashing or anything. It's the trend is and has consistently been that sales are 10% less than the listings. So
Yeah.
Well, at least it's consistent. If there's anything good to say.
Yeah. 500 less sales.
That's a lot when you're talking 1,500 sales total.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
yeah.
Did you write down the median price?
Yeah, we'll get to the median
Okay,
price.
okay, I was
Yeah,
just curious.
because it's not much higher.
Really?
Can't wait for that
He's like,
appreciation.
how much have my rentals appreciated this
Yeah.
year?
Yikes. Okay. 2% appreciation. Great.
Okay, so average sales price, which going back to that has been flip flopping back and forth, kind of crazy. But this month, it's only up basically it's just below 1% of an increase. So average sales price, we don't really hold that, but medium sales price, we do really like that number. It's more consistent, it's a better gauge, and that is up 2.18%.
I mean, that's a normal market.
Yeah.
I feel like 2
a
to
little
3.
below. Yeah, 2
A
to
little
3.
bit low. I mean,
I'd
I'd
like,
be good with
I'd
3.
like 3 or 4.
I mean, I'm cool going back to 15%, but then in a year we'll be back where we are now. So
Yeah, and the medium sales price was $274,000 basically.
that's not terrible
Yeah.
for the amount of listings that are being sold.
I'll take it. Staying stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see if we go in the negatives as the market presses in. Something that I may not be should say on the podcast, because then everybody listening is going to start pushing. But I happened upon an Instagram, and it said that some of the biggest entrepreneurs, and it didn't list off who it was, but they just generally saying they have their biggest gains in Q4.
Mm.
And if you think about it, if you keep the pedal on the metal, if you keep pressing, what are other people doing?
Yeah.
They're doing Thanksgiving. They're doing Christmas. They're Christmas shopping. It's cold and you don't necessarily want to go look at houses. You kind of retract in natural, and if you can, you're tired from the year. Some of your routines, your New Year's resolutions have fallen away as of March.
They left January 2nd, man. Sounded great on paper. Implementing, not so
You make
much.
it to March, you're doing great.
Yeah, I'm proud of you if you make that far.
Success.
I'm like painting this really like negative picture, but think about it. Like most people, the Q4 is a really hard quarter to push through.
Yeah.
And I'm actually looking forward to it. And I'm like, man, what can I buy in the next 3 months that no one else is going to be buying, because they're going to be looking. So I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping to gain some ground this quarter.
Me too.
But all that to say, going back to rates, if next month is a negative, I actually might be excited.
Yeah.
Because in the
true.
short term, it actually not, I don't want to see major negatives.
Right.
But it could be a seasonal shift that shows me it's time to actually go start making some offers.
Probably now's the time to be making offers, but I would agree, especially if it gets even crazier than it is now in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It really is the right direction for us.
Yeah.
When that happens. I mean, it's not as much fun if we're looking for our own flips, because you know that the same effects that are helping you buy that house is going to hurt you on the other side.
Correct. But if you think about it, if you pick something up, we'll say in November or December, it could be ready by February. And if we get 0.5% rate, you could kick on the upswing and pick up an extra.
That's a good point.
But I agree. Yeah. Seeing an overall, like a huge negative trend, I don't think we want to see. No one wants to see that in Birmingham. So we'll keep, but that is one of the big things we are kind of tracking.
Yeah.
Speaking of offers, I know you put an offer on that flip. I think we actually both put offers on that flip.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them came back. But did she even respond to you?
She responded to me.
Okay.
She said they weren't willing to go with something that low.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't blame them. They really don't have to move. I have a feeling. So it looks like they don't.
They're gonna just
that could be their
smoking
casket.
there forever.
I mean, they don't have that many years left. I feel like, as much as they were smoking.
So talk through what happened.
So we actually got a listing, off market property sent to us by an agent here, who comes to our meetups and is not a part of our team, but a part of the community that we've helped create. Yeah. Thankfully, and I appreciate her when she sends us stuff like that. But she sent it to me and Todd, and I was like, okay. Didn't know she'd send it to Todd. Hey, let's go look at it. Okay. Well, let's look at it tomorrow. Okay, sounds good. I'll be there at noon, or whatever it was. She's like, Todd's going to come too. And I was like, oh, great. Bring the competition. Okay. That's totally fine. And we walked through the house, and it's mostly cosmetic stuff, but they've been smoking in there the lady said they don't live there for a year. And I was like,
Well, I don't
I
think the
don't
lady
know.
was all there, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm catching that vibe now. There were hints.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she said a year, and we're like, I don't think that's right.
No,
But
either that or
anyway.
you've been smoking a pack every hour.
But it was an interesting lot, kind of near the highway, but kind of tucked away.
It was a great lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably told her that I'd be willing to do a little bit more
Right.
price wise because it is mostly cosmetic, but there is a line. What they were asking for is just
Too high.
too high. You can't make it.
Yeah.
You can't make it work because it's unincorporated.
Mm,
So you don't have. You're in the Old Rocky Ridge area,
Mm-hmm.
which you would think would be putting you in some good school districts, but it's unincorporated. So
Mm-hmm.
what were the school districts? I think it was.
I think it's
Shades Valley.
Birmingham.
I don't even
or
think it was Shades. It was some part of the Birmingham,
Yeah.
Jefferson County school system.
And that's something you have to watch out for because Hoover has like annexed certain sections, but not other sections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kind of pick and choose what
I think one of the
what
comps
they
we
take
looked
on.
at was 2 streets over
Mhm.
that sold for what was it, $350 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think the reason that did is because of the school district. Because I think
Yeah.
that was in Vestavia School. So
yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be a
two roads
big
over.
difference.
I'm putting an offer in on another house that was kind of 459 and 280 intersection, like near there,
Yeah,
and didn't get it, unfortunately. But what's interesting though, that was unincorporated as well.
a lot
And-
over there is.
Yeah.
If you ever look at Hoover on a map, I'm sure you've done it before, but it is
Every
yeah.
day.
it's a hodgepodge.
Like, what is Hoover annexed today?
That's literally it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So medium sales price we talked about. List of sales price, not a lot of shifts there. Last year was at 99%. We're at 99.41%. So a little positive, a 34%, a 0.34% increase. And then average days on market, we're sitting, last year was 23 and this year is 30. And then medium is 8 days on market to 10 now. So not huge shifts there, not crazy increases or decreases. I could tell you the percentages, but they don't really speak to a few extra days.
No.
It's like
Yeah.
a 25% increase. It
Yeah,
sounds like
sounds
huge.
terrible, but really it's just 2 extra days.
It's 2 extra days.
Yeah.
I come in hot with that.
don't know.
Your listing
When your house
might
is
be
sitting.
Yeah, when your
on
house
the
is
market
sitting,
for
it's
25%
different.
longer.
Sure.
And they're like, what?
When your house is sitting, that 2 days feels like a
Yeah,
long
sure.
time.
Yeah.
Eating beans and rice till it sells.
But to the point of rates, we are at 7.18 at the beginning of September, and we ended September at 7.35. So 17-point hike. And the previous month, we had a 28-point hike. So we are looking almost at half a point in the last 2 months. And I feel like that if they haven't broken something yet, they're about to.
I think they broke something. We just won't know till like March when people start buying houses
it out.
again.
Oh man. What okay, so what do you think let's theorize. I know we're all not, super knowledgeable, but what would be the first thing to break if rates continue to climb?
Well, I would think employment. I mean,
Yeah.
for a look at the major mortgage people and the banks that have done mortgages for a long time. I don't know what the stats are, but I know there's a lot of people leaving the realty field as well as the mortgage industry is
Oh, yeah.
But
lockstep. With it.
doesn't that liquidity affect all businesses and who
Oh, yeah.
they can hire
Yeah.
Yeah.
and how much? I mean, they got to find money somewhere. I had a buddy who had a payroll specialist, and he was like, "Hey, I've got to hire. They won't let me repurpose her job, and she and we have new software that basically is taking over her job."
ADP stuff.
And so and he was like, if you know anybody, she's awesome, but out of a job, and potentially that was them trying to find margin. I don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting with AI. I mean, AI's opening up a lot of new things that can be automated that used to be someone's job.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, imagine it. I mean, look at our computer system that we're using.
Yeah.
That's taking over. That's taking over Todd's job.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Todd
I'm up
used
a
to have-
river.
He's literally building his own
He
job
used to require an
replacement.
assistant to do all this.
Yeah,
Now he can do it all on his own.
Oh man.
One-man band.
Or like AI makes someone more efficient.
Right.
So then what was 3 people's roles is now 1 person's job.
it's true.
Yeah.
You know, and potentially those 3 people who didn't retrain themselves are gone, and they hired 1 new person who has a totally different skill set to leverage software and automations. And I mean, there's actually on Fiverr, there's people who are just automators. Did you know that?
No.
So their just expertise is like knowing all these back-end softwares and how they talk to each other.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, via emails and all the stuff. And
That's
you know,
important.
That is.
we're talking like investors. We're obviously not automators. This is not
No.
a technical podcast, but that is a job. And they'll
Yeah.
go in and they actually charge a lot because it's not a per hour thing. It's what they're saving you in time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like I can charge you $2,000-$3,000 because in 2 or 3 months I'm saving you
10
that
grand.
much time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
10 grand or
Or more.
replacing someone's position.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, there's people that you can hire to basically say like set up my back end of how my emails talk to people, to do
yeah.
this for business. So
That's a
pretty
good
cool.
role.
yeah,
definitely.
and AI probably just put that position on steroids.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
So
Well, and I think it's kind of it hasn't shown up in unemployment data. I mean,
No,
we're
it
still
hasn't. Which
soaring
doesn't make sense.
from that standpoint, even with a record high rate increase and potentially AI eating into some people's jobs, like hasn't shown up in unemployment
GDP
data.
still going up. I think last quarter it was up like 2%, something
Yeah.
like that. Even with all these rate hikes,
Mm-hmm.
maybe AI is part of that, but the unemployment numbers still are top notch.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So wrapping up top 3, I think we talk about our Q4 goal. Each of us
Oh,
have
yeah.
the top 3 goals that we're going after. I'll start.
Okay.
All right.
My goal is to acquire a flip.
Dang
So,
it.
yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to get out there and make some more offers. So that's our top 3. Go Jordan.
Well, mine was the same.
And we're probably going to show up at the same
we're
flip.
not, I'm gonna have to find other people to talk to. 'Cause
My first objective here is kill Jordan, and you heard it here first.
AI just take over for his roles at the house. No, mine's,
Kill my competition, and then I'll go buy a flip.
mine's a good flip too. We're gonna have to find off market stuff
Yeah, we
from
will.
from people that aren't realtors that we both know,
Yep,
because that's no good.
we will.
If you have anything or need anything, like if you have a house, send it my way.
send it Jordan's way.
Yeah, not Todd's.
What you got, Rob?
I'm going to say breaking ground on the first 2 buildings at Eastern Manor townhomes that we're building.
Nice.
The 2 buildings, like full on multiple units, right?
Yeah.
Not like actual the units inside the building.
Yeah, so we've got 6 units in each building,
Yeah.
but building 1 and 2,
So 12 units total.
12 units total.
Wow.
Yeah.
For this quarter?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're
boy.
close on permits, and so I mean as soon as we have those, we're going to start clearing and
Rob don't play.
Good
He's
for
like,
him.
you guys are going to maybe flip a house. I'm going to build 12 units.
Yeah.
Okay, from the
in
ground
the
up.
in the whole time.
I didn't say finish.
He did say
but
break
we
ground.
will break ground.
So are you going to have
Knock over
some?
a couple trees. Goal accomplished.
Are you going to have some kind of like ceremony?
You better bring a champagne and bust it right on the concrete.
Gold
Yeah.
shovel, maybe? Could we? Like,
Yeah.
Cool.
Hard hats.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
That would
Yeah,
be
we
dope.
definitely should do that.
I'm
that'd
in.
be fun.
Yeah.
I'm not even a part of this thing, but I'd like to
Yeah.
You're going.
show up.
If there's champagne, you're going.
I'm in. 100%. I'll be the one that breaks it.
He's like, can we switch the champagne to like just a nice beer?
Yeah, nice beer.
Lager.
Or
maybe?
bourbon, whatever we want to do. How crazy is this party
Low
getting?
grade light lager.
Yeah. Like a 40, you know?
Oh man, I remember we had a Christmas party. Was it 2 years ago or was it last year at your house?
Oh yeah.
And I'm not a big beer guy. I do like a bourbon, but I don't think you had bourbon that night.
Yeah,
And
tequila.
I think you did. But anyway, you guys got started on the beer, and Amy and I were like, it's time for us to go. And I was like, they're going to be here a while.
Yeah, and we were.
You guys
And we were.
just hung out.
We did.
Chewed the fat. It was great.
When you get me and Callie together, it's really hard to stop us from talking.
You guys are partying.
Problem, especially if you've got any type of alcohol. It's like, buckle up. And you're telling me my kid's already been put to sleep? Buckle up.
And my babysitter is my parents.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're good.
It's like a self-perpetuating cycle kick it back between the two of them.
What I've learned you have to do is as you're talking to other people, you have to time where they're at on their beer, and just hope you drink about the same speed, so that like when it's instead of being like half and half, where it's like I got a half a beer, ooh, I got to make a decision. Do I get another one or and then you get one and you're halfway through yours, and then it's a constant. So just be on the same page. Yeah.
Is that's not a thing that I would
Jordan's
know.
Very anti-wounded soldier. You don't halfway drink a beer.
No, you don't halfway. Oh boy, that's pet peeve
Jordan.
back in school.
Yeah. But is there a you don't outdrink the guest or vice versa? The host.
I'm out drinking everybody.
Is that a thing?
I don't care who you are.
I'm asking.
I mean, maybe it is, but I never took it to heart.
Maybe that's the rule of your house. Tom.
Yeah, not this house.
Okay, so funny
that's for
story.
me and mine.
I'm gonna out myself. Not a big, like I said, not a big beer drinker. And we were planning, our meetup. So we have a meetup once a month at a local brewery, and connect with other investors. If you're ever out of town, come in to town on that. excuse me, on that week.
Yeah.
Because it'd be great to connect with like local vendors. We have insurance agents there that work with investors. We have a lot of other agents that work with investors, hard money people, all sorts of construction people sometimes show up. So anyway, it's a great meetup to be a part of. If you are traveling to Birmingham, out of state, try to reach out to us and we'll tell you what the upcoming dates are.
Usually it's the second week of the month.
Yeah, usually second Wednesday of the month. All that to say is we're planning it, and we're starting to say like, hey, what can we offer these people? And I suggested, we were like, hey, maybe we offer drinks. And I'm like, yeah, we should get a keg or two.
2 kegs.
2 kegs, and just offer these people.
How many
having
people
no
were we
idea
planning?
how many
this
a keg.
Early, so
this is the first one. We were planning like 20 people. It was like, if we get 20, that's great. And he's like, 2 kegs?
I was like,
2 kegs for 20 people? I'm down, but let me tell you something, buddy. You're going to have to carry me home.
I just don't know. I don't know how much a keg, offers. And you guys
120
told me
beers in a keg.
Well over 100, yeah.
120 beers for 20 people, and that's 1 keg. 240 beers.
I was ready. I was all in.
That's like 14 beers a person.
So anyway, don't have me playing your party.
Yeah.
That's what.
If there's beer involved, don't do it.
So anyway, anything else?
That's it.
This month.
That's all I got.
All right, cool. Well, hopefully you enjoyed it. Got some insight. We're gonna stay on top of it. 2% this month. Maybe we'll go to 3 or 4. Let's get crazy.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Bring it on, October.
Come on with it.
All right, take it easy, guys.